See, good day, there are some things that are just unexplainable. And if you think too much about it, you'll either be frustrated that you can't find an answer to why something good or bad happened, or you just say, divine intervention. Kimberly Nelson believes more than one thing that happened in her life was just that. She's here with her publisher, Latoya Graham. Good morning, ladies. Thanks for being here today. So you have quite the story. This started a while back, right?
Yes.
With a fire that unfortunately your family went through. Tell us about that.
I was 14 years old when our house burned down. I had stayed home from school that day, and my brother was handicapped, and he was downstairs watching TV, and we smelled something burning. Me and my mom was upstairs, and all we heard was, you know, like my brother rumbling. And I smelled something, and I said, oh my God. I was like, Mom, something was on fire. And so we went downstairs, we ran downstairs, and my brother was crawling up the stairs, and fire was just engulfed downstairs. So the fireman said, the fire had started in the back of the wall. And our Bible was sitting on that ledge. And after, it was a 3-story house, and after it burned down, he came over, the fireman, and said, this is the only thing that survived.
Oh my goodness.
And this Bible was given to me when I was 14 years old. So it's like 100 years old. This wear and tear. This did not come from the fire.
Wow. So this is like an heirloom. Somebody had passed this down to you.
My grandfather.
Oh, wow. So there's, first of all, it means a lot. And it meant a lot, you know, even at the time. But then to see that everything else was destroyed.
Everything.
And this is the only thing left.
Yes.
You know, what were you thinking?
Well, I have been questioning God lately. Like, literally, like, well, who is this God person? And I said, well, if he's so great, why do people, you know, why do we pray to him? Because he lets things happen to, you know, kids, and, you know, why are we praying to him, you know? But it's a difference between spirituality and religion. And I didn't understand, you know, neither one. And what he showed me from that point on, I think it was a month later, I got hit by, I turned 15 and I got hit by a car. And the car flipped me up to the traffic lights. And all I did was, and I landed on my back. I did like 3 somersaults, and I landed on my back and just jammed my finger. That was all that happened to me. And then I was in another car, I think it was like, I've been in 12 car accidents.
Oh my goodness.
8 of them he showed to me in a dream.
So you kind of knew ahead of time?
Yes. He showed me, and within 30 days, he revealed to me, like, there was always somebody off duty in the car beside me or the car behind me. EMS driver, firefighter, nurse. And when I got hit by that car that day, I was at Mount Vernon School, elementary school, and it was twin boys. And their mom was in the car behind the man that hit me, and she was on the site. She was right there on the scene, and she helped me.
So some angels, kind of always there on the ready, right?
Yes.
And so obviously this inspired you to write a book about your life and your experience, and you helped her get this published. Tell us about that process.
So when we first met, it was a friend of ours. They introduced us together. So she was my friend for a few months, and then Kimberly had a tragic life experience where she had to go and get services from her. And when she got the services from her, she told her about her book, and she told her that she had a publisher for her, and she introduced her to me.
And so you've done really well. This book came out around Father's Day, right?
Yes.
And it has been very popular.
Yes, it has. It was a bestseller in 2 days. Yes.
Wow.
I mean, and I'm her first author.
Yes.
Wonderful. So you knew you had the right medicine here.
Yes, I did.
And it's called The Figure 8, and it's interesting. Tell me a little bit why you chose that.
I said to my girlfriend, I said, I want something that says, I've been through something, but I made it through. She was like, well, that describes the figure 8. And I said, so I pulled over, I was in the car. I was like, okay, what does that mean? And she was like, it's a circle that it starts and it never ends. It's like, it's like full circle. And I was like, oh. And I just busted out crying. Like, I knew that was the name of my book. And then I was like, well, what if somebody asked me, what does figure mean? And God literally, it was like maybe 3 minutes later, he said, faith in God, you reach eternity.
There you go.
And I was like, and I spoke it. So it was just kind of like, wow, Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
So you're doing a signing so people can come out
Yes.
and they get a copy, get a signature. How do they go about doing that?
You can come by Sweet Experience, 21 North Reynolds Road with Tara Morris. It's called Sweet Experience. It will be a live book signing from 6 to 8 p.m. Come and join us, me and Miss Latoya, and just come enjoy the camaraderie, the sistership, the love, and all of the dedication, because it's hard to be an author. It's not easy.
Sure.
Because you have to be vulnerable, and you have to show a very sensitive side of yourself, and it's encouraging to other people, but it's scary for you because you have to relive those moments over and over.
Right.
But God has been nothing but short of a miracle in my life, and I talk about him all the time because he is real. He is truly real. And this, I waited since '08. I waited almost 15 years to find a publisher.
Find the right fit there,
And
right?
he made sure that I linked up with her because like she said, I almost died back in December. And I had to talk to a lady from MedCorps. And she said, I briefly told her my story, and she kept my information, and she called me a week later. She said, Kimberly, I hope you're not upset. She said, but I wrote down your information because I was so inspired by your story. Because I always say my name is K-I-M, keep it moving. And she's like, and you have to do that, you know, with life. You have to, you can't take everything so seriously because you will miss out on a great opportunity like this. So I'm just thankful to have her by my side, to do my, start my book tour with me. And it's a blessing because it's just a blessing. So I'm just, I mean, I'm just in awe. I'm sorry.
Well, congratulations. And it's on Amazon too, right?
All major platforms.
All major. So if you can't make it out to the signing, you know, you can get a copy. And I do want to point out, I am wearing my figure 8 necklace today.
Oh,
and I didn't
wow.
even think about it. You all noticed it and pointed it out. And I said, oh yeah, I just happened to pick that out for this outfit today. So how about that, divine intervention, right? Ladies, thank you so much for coming.